about invitation to NATO?
Can you give a sense of to what extent President Biden is addressing the election on his trip here? It obviously overhangs some of the things that he's talking about in terms of alliances, in terms of what's next for Ukraine. How is he addressing that writ large?
The discussions he's having today are not about the election. It's really about, well, first of all, thanking the German people for their incredible support of Ukraine. Obviously, showing his gratitude to the leadership here, President Steinmeier and Chancellor Scholz. But it's really more about, as I kind of said in my opening statement, these are policy-heavy discussions, including the one he's having right now, about some of the key, still open issues affecting our collective security, and that's the war in Ukraine and, of course, what's going on in the Middle East, and really trying to work on policy solutions to solve these problems. I mean, that's really the gist of the meetings that he's been having.
Hold on. I'll follow up. I understand that it's not a meeting about the election, but Europe is worried, and what happens in the U.S. election will help determine what happens next on those issues. So, what reassurances can he give, or can he just not? Because he doesn't know. Nobody knows who's going to win.
I think his purpose for coming and the thrust of his discussions are really about reaffirming everything that he's done as president and commander-in-chief over the last 3+ years to improve alliances and partnerships, make them stronger, make them bigger, create ones where they didn't exist before, and work together on cooperative solutions for some of these challenges. Now, we've been talking about Ukraine and the Middle East, but they are also talking about climate change. They're talking about terrorism. They're talking about clean energy transition, all these transnational challenges that are before us. And his purpose is to reaffirm his commitment as president of the United States to seeing through, with the time he has left, on all those solutions. I mean, nobody can be perfectly predictive about what's going to happen next month, and that's democracy, and that's the way it works.
He says all the time that whenever he comes to Europe, they want to know. Remember the whole speech that he used to give at the beginning of his presidency about, are they asking him?
I will let the foreign leaders speak for themselves. I'm not gonna talk for them or what's on their minds. Let me just put it this way, and I saw it today. American leadership matters to leaders here. The United States matters. The effect, you heard it in the speech that President Steinmeier gave today. President Biden's personal leadership has mattered when it comes to European security. And the continent's security has changed over the last 3+ years, thanks to what Mr. Putin did. So, yes, he hears frequently from foreign leaders how important his personal leadership has been and his stewardship of these relationships, but also how important American leadership matters on the world stage. So I leave it at that.